5 biggest suppliers of arms to Hamas. 1. Iran. The Gaza Strip is seemingly under blockade, but Hamas has worked out complex smuggling routes. The primary maritime route starts in Iran. Iran openly supports Hamas, but geographically, it's not all that close. So Iranian weapons travel to Yemen and then to Sudan. Yemen and Sudan are on opposite sides of the Red Sea. From Sudan, trucks head for the desert on a 620-mile journey to Egypt. Finally, smugglers cross the Suez Canal. They transport the weapons through the tunnels dug under Gaza. The Gaza tunnel system used by Hamas is the most extensive in the world. Israel has repeatedly run airstrikes against the tunnels, but apparently it hasn't had much success. Hamas leader Mahmoud Mardawi declared several years ago,
Hamas wants to explore all sources of military supplies from every country and movement, mainly from Iran. We will not stop knocking on doors to find parties to provide us with weapons.
2. Qatar. Qatar is actually the biggest sponsor of Hamas. Hamas took control of Gaza in 2006. Since then, Gaza has been blocked by both Israel and Egypt. Hamas was desperate for support. Qatar, Turkey, Syria, and Malaysia offered it, but most of them only focused on humanitarian aspects. Qatar actually hosts the Hamas HQ in Doha. It did not openly provide any weapons. Moreover, it refused to give Hamas cash, but it set up the funding scheme through Israeli banks. All electricity, agriculture, and infrastructure in Gaza are Qatari funded. Qatar does not provide direct military aid to the Qassam brigades, but the money they use to buy weapons are mostly Qatari in origin. 3. Syria. Syria was one of the biggest Hamas supporters before 2011. In fact, Hamas Central HQ was in Damascus before moving to Doha. Along with Iran, Syria was openly pro-Hamas. But with the onset of the civil war, things changed. Hamas declined to take part in the fighting in Syria. Bashar al-Assad couldn't spare any weapons. However, things changed again. In 2022, Syria hosted an official Hamas delegation in Damascus. This meeting was reportedly brokered by Hezbollah. Hezbollah operates out of Lebanon with Iranian support, so Hamas reconciliation with Syria is likely an Iranian plot. It would make supplying arms to Gaza easier. 4. Libya. Libya is another country hit by a civil war. There are plenty of armed groups operating in the country. The largest ones are sponsored by Iran, Qatar, and Turkey. In 2021, it emerged they were also smuggling weapons to Gaza. The group smuggled Iranian-made rockets via Libya. Hamas also obtained Russian-made Kornet 80 GMs from Libya. Interestingly, the Libyan government distanced itself from the groups. In 2021, it accused Turkey and Iran of seeking to exploit the war as a platform to fund Hamas terror in Gaza. But in October 2023, Libya changed its tune. It expressed rock-solid support for Hamas' attack on Israel. The Libyan parliament called it the legitimate defense of the Palestinian people. 5. Turkey. Turkey's role in funding Hamas is very hard to ascertain. It mostly revolves around Sadat International Defense Consultancy. Sadat is an Istanbul-based private military company, but its connections to the Turkish government are an open secret. Sadat has trained Islamist fighters in Syria, Somalia, Sudan, and Qatar. In 2018, Israel's intelligence accused Sadat of arming Hamas. Hamas members allegedly visited Turkish military exhibitions. They purchased combat drones from Turkish companies, according to Shin Bet, the Israeli intel agency. During the investigation, it became clear that Hamas is in direct contact with Turkish authorities. Turkey has denied all accusations, yet President Erdogan tweeted to Benjamin Netanyahu,
Hamas is not a terrorist organization, but a resistance movement that defends the Palestinian homeland against an occupying power.